We spend billions every year treating mental health with talk therapy and medication, approaching it almost entirely as a problem of the mind. Yet rates of anxiety and depression continue to climb across the board. There is a growing consensus pointing to a different culprit entirely. A lot of what we experience as modern anxiety might actually be a symptom of physical starvation. The brain is quite literally missing the raw, physical materials it needs to run its own operating system. This is the basis of nutritional psychiatry, an emerging field of science that shifts the focus away from our psychology and directly onto our biology. This shift has led researchers to look at a specific dietary profile as a biological intervention. Clinical trials are now exploring how high-density animal proteins affect brain function. Scientists are investigating whether the missing link lies in natural animal fats and unrefined meats, the very foods that have anchored human nutrition for most of our evolutionary history. The standard modern diet has largely stripped these highly bioavailable nutrients from our daily meals. Without them, we are trying to build a stable, resilient mood while actively depriving the brain of its essential building blocks. Chemicals like serotonin and dopamine govern how we feel, but they don't appear out of nowhere. They have to be physically manufactured from raw materials called amino acids. Animal meats act as extremely dense, efficient delivery systems to get those specific amino acids directly into the human gut. This diagram shows how that biological journey works. Once protein hits your digestive system, it breaks down into individual amino acids. These molecules travel through your bloodstream, cross the blood-brain barrier, and are synthesized directly into the mood-regulating chemicals that keep you feeling balanced. But making those chemicals is only half the job. You also need protector micronutrients, specifically zinc, iron, and vitamin B12, to keep those new chemical pathways running without disruption. For those specific neuroprotective minerals, organ meats provide a concentration that is unmatched by almost any other food source. Vitamin B12, for example, is critical for maintaining the myelin sheaths, the protective insulation wrapped around our nerve cells. It's a vital nutrient you practically cannot find in plant foods. Animal proteins supply the raw chemical precursors required to generate a positive mood, while simultaneously reinforcing the cellular armor needed to protect the brain's communication network. We spent decades avoiding dietary fat, which directly contradicts a major biological reality. The human brain itself is composed of nearly 60% fat. To run a lipid-heavy organ efficiently, high-fat animal foods serve as an incredibly potent natural fuel source. A standard carbohydrate-heavy diet causes blood sugar to spike rapidly and drop off a cliff. That steep plummeting action is dangerous. Looking at this data overlay, when blood sugar bottoms out, the body panics, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to compensate. If you've ever felt a sudden wave of severe anxiety, you know exactly what those chemicals feel like in your system. A blood sugar crash triggers the exact same physical response as a panic attack. Animal fats and proteins solve this problem by digesting slowly, providing a steady, continuous release of energy. By replacing rapid-burn carbohydrates with stable animal fats, we stop artificially triggering a panic response in our own nervous system. Eating a steak won't magically cure severe psychiatric conditions overnight, but diet is an undeniable, non-negotiable biological foundation. You cannot build a sturdy house without bricks, and you cannot build a stable mood without a consistent supply of bioavailable nutrients. Prioritizing high-quality animal proteins provides the brain with the specific biological tools it requires to fight depression and sustain mental focus. Let us know in the comments below how your own mood and focus change when you prioritize protein and fat over sugar, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden science of human health and performance. Thanks for watching.